to imagine how some people will be bragging over stuff like that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, the revelations that I had today is one that I'm so confused about at the moment. So I did a previous video about the reunion show and everything that was happening in it. So now, after they finished the day 3, they showed like a little clips of what was going to happen in the next one. So next one, we had a lot of people in it. We had Watoni, we had Dorothy, we had Bright, we had Katrina and Praise. So now, from the very first episode of this reunion show, Watoni already speculated that something happened between Brighto and Dorothy, and I would say that this particular reunion show, this particular day, was like, I don't know if I should say the dirtiest of them all, because there were a lot of things that were said that I can't even begin to imagine how some people will be bragging over stuff like that. Well, the show started with I think like clips here and there about Dorothy, Watoni and Brighto, their ship and triangle or whatever it was. So that was how the show started. And then they started asking questions. Okay, so what happened here? How did you find yourself in this situation? Watoni said what she wanted to say, and a lot of people had things to say. They said about how Watoni really liked Brighto, and how they will find her laughing at everything that Brighto says, whether it's funny or it's not funny, but she would always laugh. So it was very obvious that she was really, really into him. So Watoni was like, she doesn't know if it was totally love or whatever, that she just knows that she was, she liked the way Brighto made her feel, and she just wanted to go with it. She didn't care or bother herself about whether he loved her, he liked her, or whatever. She was just okay at the place where she was, as far as she was happy, because everybody, in quotes, were all booed up. So Ebuka was like, okay, so what are you trying to say? Are you saying that you used Brighto to get happiness? And then she's like, well, they let them put it that way, that she used him, that in fact, but you liked him. I liked him. So okay, so how do you now say it? She was like, it's a two-way thing. She didn't use him, she liked him. She doesn't know how to balance it, in fact, but she knows that she wasn't even ready for so much things. She just liked him and how he made her feel. So they talked about a lot of things. How did Dorothy come into the picture? She even went ahead to say that something happened, that she and Dorothy had a conversation the night, because Brighto tells her one thing and then he tells something else happens with Dorothy. So there was a case of something else happening between him and Dorothy, and something happened between her and Brighto. But Brighto comes to tell her something, and she hears from Dorothy a different thing entirely, and she doesn't even know which one is true or which one is a lie. She just knows that, I mean, like, the whole thing is so stressful, and I'm so exhausted with the whole gist and the story and all of that. So anyways, so everything went on that way, and it came to where she was talking about the sheets. She changed sheets. I changed sheets. I saw something on the sheets. Oh my god, what did you see on the sheets? She doesn't know if Dora and Brighto had sex, or they had there was something, or they went to the bathroom, or oh my god, all the speculations. And Dora was like, you know what, let's stop speculating, let's stop guessing, let's stop asking questions. I did it with my full chest. I sucked his, you know what I'm trying to say there now. I don't want to say so much. I mean, it was so crazy. She admitted to giving Brighto a BJ, And who else is totally surprised with this revelation? Because I know I am, for one, with the way that Dorothy carried herself in the house, with the way she, I don't know, she moved around and everything. No one is going to ever imagine that, like she did anything related to that, because I didn't even think she kissed anyone, she hugged anyone, or anything at all that seemed like she bringing herself out there. So this was a very big revelation, and I also want to clap for her, like throw a salute for her, because it's I would say it's not easy to actually own up to something that you've done in hidden places. Like, I don't know, out of every other person that I've watched the show has not even come out to say what they did proudly. But Dorothy was like, you know what, I'm tired of you guys assuming things. Let me just put it out there so you guys can just leave me alone. And she did it with her full chest. She owned up to it. And please, nobody should judge her or blame her for whatever, because what happened later, I think, contributed to she not wanting to even say that it happened whatsoever. Because after it happened, Brighto saw her the next day and he just walked away. And that was why when she had a conversation with Watoni, she said that she and Brighto had never even spoken. They didn't say anything to each other. They have not even said anything to each other. He has not even said anything to her. And that is why she told her that, because they actually did not speak. When she got to his bed, he left the bed and went out, and she slept off only for him to come back later on, and then that stuff happened, and then she went to her room. And since that time, they have not spoken at all. And that was it. And that was the drama that happened, and everybody were like, oh my god, so this happened and that happened. So Watoni felt like, oh, she has gotten this satisfaction that, oh, okay, you've said what you did, and let it not be like I'm just trying to rub your name in the mud and all of that. But I'm happy that she said it, and all that, and cleared up the air, because everybody already said assuming things and all, but it's what it is. So they asked Brighto, do you see anything wrong in what you did or how you handled these two women? And he was like, no, he doesn't see anything wrong, because he clearly told the both of them that he wasn't interested, but they kept pressing on and wanting him to do more. But he told himself coming into the house that he would never ever date anybody or be with any girl, and that was what he wanted to achieve. But he didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And they asked him, okay, do you take responsibility for how you treated these two women? And he was still saying, I'm like, bruh, what are you even talking about? I mean, the simple thing that you were supposed to even do. I mean, if I don't like you, if I'm not feeling you like that, it's better I tell you, so you just move ahead. So you don't keep looking around me and having hope. I don't know if you get me, because there's this thing, it's even more painful when I find out later that you were never interested in me, than when you just let me know. Let me know immediately that, okay, you were never interested and you are not interested. Simple and short. Than letting me know later on, or your behavior telling me that you're not interested in me. That sucks a whole lot. So I feel like Brighto is not understanding what's going on, or he just doesn't want to take responsibility for anything, because he feels like, he made himself clear enough or whatever. I don't know if he did. I don't think he did, because if he made himself clear enough, Dorothy would not go into his room on his bed to give him any BJ whatsoever. I don't think she would do that at all. So Watoni said she used him. Dorothy said she used him too. So that was the end of that part. So we now went into the dirtiest of them all, KA3NA and Praise. Everyone who watched the show would have seen where there was a clip that circulated while they were both in the house of them having an aggressive cuddling section at night. Yes. And they saw when KA3NA'S leg grabbed onto a cloth or a piece of cloth or whatever. And when KA3NA came out of the house, she said that nothing happened, that Prince was her boy, Abi Praise was her boy, and you know they were close and they were just cuddling and all of that. And Praise came out too, and he said the same thing. So I'm so shocked as to how everything turned into that they had sex. So Katrina's point is that she heard when Praise was having a talk, a bragging talk with some people of how he can never be with a girl like Katrina, and she heard it and she was like, why would Praise ever say something like that to her? That, I mean, she's a boss lady and nobody tells her that, nobody downgrades her and all of that. So she told him to come to her room, come to her bed, and then she knocked him. And what irritates me the most is the fact that she is feeling like she won $1 million on top of this whole madness, because it's irritating, it's confusing. How would you brag about having to have, I don't know, slept with someone in whatever condition that you did, and you feel like that is some kind of bragging rights for you? It's so bad. I feel like Katrina actually brought herself a little bit down, because it's not something she was supposed to have said. She would have just remained like consistent with her lie. The lie that they told, everybody had already forgotten about it, and everybody, because nobody saw what happened under the sheets, nobody saw what happened under the covers and all that. So she should have just let everything go that way she already made it to be. Everybody already believed the story and went with it, and that was it. She would have just left it that way, you know, and let it be or whatsoever. And she went ahead to even say that he didn't last up to 5 seconds and she had to leave him in her bed and go to the sitting room. You know, she made everything seem so, I don't get. You've made your point, you slept with him, so why are you now bringing up the whole he spent 5? Now let me bust your head, guys. She slept with him, he lasted 5 seconds, but then during the last party of the show, of the BB Ninja show, you know, they invite other the ex housemates, the evicted housemates, they invite them back and keep them in the hotel. So in that hotel, she said that she and Praise actually slept together again, and this time around it was for 2 seconds. I'm tired. Like, do you see how messy this whole conversation is? Like, it's so messy and disgusting, and I just feel like she shouldn't have even said all of that. I feel like she wanted to just be like Dorothy, but Dorothy's own was so straightforward and precise, and she would have just left her own to be that, I don't even know, to the story that she has always made it to be. Let's us not come and start thinking that, you know, there's something special about, I mean, you slept with a guy on national TV, and that is some bragging rights. What about brag about business or brag about achievements or whatever? Sex is not an achievement, my dear. No, you just reduce whatever respect that I had for you. So guys, this whole reunion stuff, I don't know really, there are some things that I feel like should it really be discussed or what, because the way everything is coming out is it feels wrong, it feels bad and all of that. But well, tell me what you think about your faves. Are you proud of them? Do you feel like they should have said it or whatever, you know, the way everything went? Like, what do you think about it and all that? So the next episode I think is going to be about Watoni and Tochi and some other people, you get me. They're going to ask Kidwire and Nengi what's up, what happened. Anyway, Sha, if you loved my video and you also have watched other videos and you love them, please subscribe, comment, share my videos, and till next time, peace and love.